Hello there. In this video, we're going to take a look at running queuing simulations up to a number of finished customers, and we will quickly distinguish here between finished customer service versus completed customer service. In plain English, those seem like exactly the same word, right? In queue, there is a subtle difference where completion, it means that the customer went through a complete journey within the system. Or maybe to put it more clearly, that they were not forced to leave the system according to some mechanism. There's different mechanisms that can do that. One is called balking, where a customer, patient, whatever, can be rejected from a queue. Rejected from entering a queue. And the other one is reneging, of leaving a queue after already having joined it. Now, reneging doesn't necessarily lead to a finished but not completed customer journey. It could be that they go elsewhere within the queuing system. For the ones that are considered finished and not complete are the ones where a customer reneged, but they didn't completely leave, but they did completely leave the system. Okay, so let's write this up as a coded example here. First of all, we'll import the queue Python library. And actually, one thing I want to double check. Yes, we are inside of our virtual environment. So that's good. So let's define a network object. We'll go queue.createNetwork. And then we will specify some arrival distributions. We'll go queue.dists, and we will keep with our exponential distributions, as we have seen many times in this tutorial series. And let's also do one for the service distributions. And then we'll also have our number of servers. Here we'll put it to 1. And you know what? Just for the sake of creating some balking, potentially, we will throw in that there's a queue capacity of 3. So balking becomes possible. Okay, so we want to run the simulation for some amount of time. We need to specify the random seed state so that we can reproduce this calculation if we want to. Then we will specify our, we'll initialize a simulation, queue simulation instance, and we'll pass in network for that. And then we can get to running a simulation. So instead of doing simulation until max time, we'll do simulation until max customers. And just to make sure I've got my arguments, I'm going to use the hint here to remind myself. So we'll set the maximum customers. Perhaps we'll set that to 30 as we did in the previous tutorial, but this time we'll set the method is equal to finish instead of complete. And if we take a look at printing the length, actually let's get the records, and after the simulation has run, we will get all records. And then we can print the length of the records. And it ran 30. So hopefully that gives you a quick little insight into the service completion versus finish. In both cases, there are 30 of them. And maybe I should come up with another more contrasting example. But the short version of this is that we can sometimes take an interest in finished services. Sometimes we want to narrow in on only the completed services, and that just depends on the question that you're trying to answer about your simulation system. So until next time, I hope you have a great day. Take care.